Hey guys. So I was reading something on Police One this morning. They're talking about, and it's really amazing that I read this. They're talking about the fact that with these increasing amount of storms and the severity of storms, and you have a decreasing amount of law enforcement and firefighters, they're talking about how they're more stretched. Something has to be done. Something has to be done to deal with it. And I thought about further something I'm always talking to you guys about, which is that these folks on one end recognize climate change is real, recognize, all this social inequality that's going on. We want to talk about what the future is going to look like. And then you got this other side that's been at war for almost 20 years on the basis of a lie. And now they're getting ready to start a whole new war with somebody who has never attacked the United States. And nobody else is going to support it. Nobody else, the British, the Germans, nobody else is in lockstep with America this time. And that's talking about shithole countries, but yet you got contaminated water in Flint, Michigan. You got lead in the water in Newark, New Jersey. There's a lawsuit in Alabama right now. Health department's getting sued because there's a epidemic of ringworm, which is it's like a parasite in the water, and they're saying the state's health department did nothing to help the people, did nothing. And I've been meaning to do this discussion. But this just broke the camel's back. This guy I'm reading about. He's in New Orleans. He was talking about the aftermath of Katrina and how, the federal government deployed all these forces to the city, but they didn't really get any support. Their support came from Canada, all the way to southern Louisiana. And I thought about it, how you conservatives always want less government. And I'm a conservative to a certain extent, physically, but they always want less government. They want to cut everything. But when it's an emergency, they want help. Just like with Trump. Trump takes $1 million from FEMA. And you have all these storms going on. The Puerto Rico thing, and I think the thing that happened in the Bahamas. All this stuff going on. People dying, increasingly stronger storms. But he's taking, tens of thousands. He started out 1 million. He's taking tens of millions from FEMA, from the federal government, to push towards ICE. Basically saying that maintaining white supremacy is more important than protecting folks' lives, public safety, which we always knew. That's what I love about Trump is he's so honest. When he does that, and he takes millions from FEMA in the midst of these horrible wildfires in California and flooding and all this stuff, when he takes that money to the ICE, and the people at ICE, they openly say that there is no emergency, he's telling you something. This is white supremacy. We're not playing games, we're not pretending. Then he takes money from the Pentagon's budgets for the wall and then sends troops to Saudi Arabia. Sends them over there to get ready to fight Iran. I love it. It's showing you that white supremacy is more important. This is white supremacy unmasked, with the mask removed, the lipstick taken off, all that. This is the wig taken off. This is white supremacy. To where I always say it even hurts other white people. People don't get it. People think when I say white supremacy, I'm talking about all white people. That's bullshit. White people think when I say white supremacy, I'm talking about some guy sitting out there at the light on Brookshire begging for money, panhandler. And when I talk white supremacy, I'm attacking him. I'm not attacking him. I'm not talking about him. White supremacy is Jeffrey Epstein raping young girls, keeping them in the basement, locking them up in the basement, gets caught and gets probation, and he gets out to go to work and stuff like that. That's white supremacy. That's what it means when we say it's not what you know, it's what you can prove, and it's who you know. And that's what I mean when I say this. It's not empty words, okay? I can't even Anyway, it makes a very clear statement. Yeah, people who gone to prison for much less, gone to jail for much less, lose their jobs. You know, this guy got probation. This is the good old boy club. This is the country club with Trump. Oh yeah, this is country club. If you didn't know what that meant, this is what you're dealing with, country club. Anyway, I just feel like what you're looking at right now is unabashed white supremacy. Now, I the other day I was thinking about these floods in Texas, and I just let it drown, man. You know, they've been so anti-government for so long, and I don't have anything against you being, you know, conservative. I'm not talking about that, but I've heard such really arrogant language from Texas. I mean, really arrogant language from Texas for so long that it's like, you know what? You get what you deserve. That's how I feel about them. You know what I mean? You totally get what you deserve. This is what you wanted. This is what you deserve. I don't feel bad for you one bit. And no one else should. And I know there's people who are not fascists in Texas, but it's just what I dealt with down there. Let them drown, man. Let them drown. You know, you're talking about people who are just so blatant and so willing to disconnect themselves from America. Then, you know, let them do that. Go right ahead. I don't care. So, but it's a really crazy time. It's a really amazing time. I've said it before, I never thought I'd see the day white people will be willing to sacrifice their own children to preserve white supremacy. When you look at these white supremacist mass shooters and they killed 20 million people with an assault weapon and walk away without a bruise, without a scratch on them, but you've got black men selling loose cigarettes and wind up getting choked to death or getting brutalized or getting slammed on their head. Guys, this is white supremacy. This is what that is, in case you didn't understand. This is what you're looking at. This is white supremacy. Unadulterated. Yes. No bones about it. Peace out.